there's that old Chinese proverb where you live in interesting times. And indeed, in terms of healthcare, we are living in very interesting times.
One of the major issues we have, however, is education. And you keep hearing all about workforce development and a skilled workforce. A lot of that has to do with not the fact that our folks are incompetent. What it has to do with is that the industry has changed so quickly, and we weren't as diligent as we should have been in making sure that the skills we're building in young people are the skills required in the workforce. There is a dissonance, there's a disconnect between what is being taught and what is needed. And so the wonderful thing about the United Way in this region is that we bring people together to have those conversations so that students can come out of school ready to participate in an economy where they can both provide for themselves and change the trajectory of their own families' futures.
So the idea that every child, education starts at birth, and that every parent in both of our communities see themselves as their child's most valuable teacher. So that is really cutting edge work, not happening anywhere else in the country.
So when we talk about education, income, and health, these are not silos. These issues are all very interwoven. If someone is not healthy, if a child's not healthy, is not well fed, we can't educate them. If they don't have a sustainable income in source, again, will be recidivism. So again, these are all woven together in a very, very tight pattern, but no matter what happens at the end of the day, the need for United Way to be a convener, to look at what are these common threads, so that if we're looking at child education, how are we going to marry that with health? And how are we going to marry that with a sustainable model for their future? So
many educational leaders in the room today who are putting forth many progressive initiatives to ensure 100% high school graduation. But on top of that, we want to make sure that every student has the skills to be employed and the resources to continue whatever post-secondary road they choose. And I want to applaud the Kalamazoo and Battle Creek region and the partnership with the United Way in that those discussions are happening. And educators are part of those discussions, and they're part of the leadership of those discussions on talking about what the educational community can do to support the economic needs in the community.
Well, I think again, I'm looking downstream, but I think now that we have a unified, larger community, I think with the United Way, we may be well positioned to be very attractive to grants from a federal and state level, because we can do innovative pilots to show that initiatives that we're taking on are accountable, they do make a difference, as well as what we already know that we have today.
Regionally, we have two significant projects that are being lauded nationally right now. The first one, which is our early childhood work. In Battle Creek, we have the Early Childhood Connections, which starts at birth through 3rd grade. And in Kalamazoo, we have Casey Ready Fours. And like the United Way, we are beginning to work regionally together.
We're going to have to do some intentional work around making sure that we support the United Way's efforts in bringing these organizations together around the region, because I'm telling you, this is one of our most critical issues. We have to invest in high-quality early childhood education. If we don't, all of the business leaders, social leaders, and you think your hands are full now, go another decade without turning the tide and see what happens.